Hi everyone, welcome to this edition of the Broadcast, where we give you bite-sized bits of best practices to help you be a better leader and a more effective communicator. Each week here on the Broadcast, we ask a discussion question, and here's the question we posed earlier this week. What should you do if an executive does a presentation that goes badly and then goes viral on social media? First observation that I liked came from Lisa. Lisa says that any response should always align with your brand and make sure that you explain what went awry while remaining congruent with your brand values. And she says certainly if it was offensive, make sure that you don't make light of the bad situation. Making light of a bad, offensive situation only makes the situation worse. Karen had a good observation. She says it depends on what went wrong. She says if it's really bad, you can use social media to counteract the viral impact. And she says, certainly make sure that you apologize as needed, but most of all, say something quickly. And I agree with the quickly. Now, always replying on social media, that's not always the best thing. And to that extent, Catherine called it out in her answer on LinkedIn. She says, it may be appropriate to do nothing at all. And I'm going to add to that, it may be appropriate to use other channels. We'll talk more in just a minute. Fred says, certainly make sure that after the event, the executive gets coaching on what they did wrong. And I would add to that, explain to the entire staff how to avoid having that happen again. And Paul Barton, ABC, who is one of my crisis communications colleagues, says, first of all, make sure that you have a solid set of relationships on social media. And he says, secondly, if it's really going bad, you can either call him or call me. Hey, Paul, thanks so much for that. Here are my own observations. If it goes viral on social media, the first place to reply is on the same channel where it went bad. So if it's a YouTube video, put up a reply video with an apology and an explanation on YouTube. If it goes bad on Facebook, etc., do it on the appropriate channel. Secondly, I would say don't go to all social channels, especially if it had no attention. So for example, if Twitter isn't blowing up, don't reply in Twitter. Don't draw attention to your crisis. And I would also say that you want to make sure you have robust traditional crisis communications tools, beginning with a crisis communications plan. And this scenario should be one of the scenarios in your crisis communications plan. Of course, crisis communications plans are something I do all the time. So if you need input on how to build a plan that includes this, by all means, give me a holler. A part of that crisis communication strategy is to have a pre-written, fill-in-the-blank, multiple-choice news release about this scenario. When you have something like that, you don't have to write a statement from scratch. You simply edit the one that you have, which means you can be replying in about 10 minutes. Furthermore, make sure that you publish that statement to your website because your website is secure. Then if it needs to go to the media get the same statement from the website. If you need to inform employees, the employees get the website statement. If you put up links on social media, link from social media back to the website. Go where it's solid. Make sure you don't avoid the traditional tools while you include the social media. Those are some great observations that you gave us on the Broadcast this week, and each week you can connect with us right here on the Broadcast YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you who have been subscribing and clicking the like button on each video, because when you click like, your colleagues can see it in their news feed. You can always tweet to us with a question or a response at GBRAUD. And if you want to get into a more in-depth connection, connect with me at Jared Bro on LinkedIn. We will be back Monday with another discussion question on the Broadcast. For the Broadcast, I'm Jared Bro.